Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy JJ, and today I am here with episode 2 of JJ's New England Sports Corner podcast. My apologies for the kind of impromptu feeling that this has. I more or less just wanted to make sure I got this out on Sunday. Um, I'm actually recording this as the Bruins are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. The third period just started. It's 5-4 Boston. Uh, Tampa had a crazy comeback. They just scored. They just scored three goals unanswered in the second period. Right after Boston went up 5-1. So yeah, that's kind of tough watch right now. But yeah, nonetheless, we ball. So so to start off, obviously the big thing in New England is how are the Pats going to do in the Super Bowl? And to put it simply, I guess I don't really have the most amount of faith in the world for the Pats because the offense has been shaky at best and just anemic at its worst. And just because the Seahawks defense is the worst ranked defense out of the ones that they've faced so far, doesn't really matter all that much. They're the sixth ranked defense in the NFL. And I don't want to say I fear their defense more than any of the other teams they face, because I'll be honest, Denver's defense is the scariest defense in the league, in my opinion. But the Seahawks are very unique, I think, in a way that they're so versatile. And one guy that really helps them with this versatility is Nicky Manwari. I believe the rookie second rounder out of Mississippi State, if I'm not mistaken. He is absolutely electric. The Seahawks absolutely lucked into a game changer. Or I'm sorry, South Carolina. Yeah. But yeah, Nicky Manwari is just so dynamic for the Seahawks defense. I honestly think you could expect to hear his name a lot. And not only that, the Seahawks DB room as a whole is just it's frankly terrifying, especially since they get to go up against a Pats wide receiver core that is. Don't get me wrong, I love all the guys there. I love Booty, I love Diggs, um, I love Kyle Williams, Matt Collins, but simply put, they're not better. They're not better than what the Rams have in Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, and they were able to do just enough to edge out the victory against them. They're gonna have a field day. I think they will. I think they'll have just a field day locking up this Patriots receiving core. The defense, I'm not too worried about. I think their offense is very well rounded, but I still like our chances if we can stop the run. I still like our chances if we can limit Kenneth Walker, like the or I say we, but I still like the Pats' chances if they can eliminate Kenneth Walker. I think you just got to start with making them one dimensional, and I think that'll at least help in trying to force a bad game out of Sam Darnold. But the Pats defense, I've never really been afraid of them really of offenses really having a big game against them. At the very least in these playoffs, they've been pretty secure all playoffs. And you know, outside outside factors be damned, bad quarterback play be damned. The Patriots are still a really good defensive unit when fully healthy. You know, they haven't lost a game when Milton Williams and Christian Gonzalez have both played. And that's not even to mention honestly a truly underrated linebacking core with Spillane, Christian Ellis, and Jack Gibbons. Jack Gibbons has been very solid in my opinion, especially when Spillane was out for those couple of weeks. Harold Landry's injury wasn't, and also Harold Landry's injury wasn't at all a factor. And Kelvon Chason played amazing. I still think he's going to be able to carry that forward. Anthony Jennings is good as a depth piece. And obviously the two-man wrecking crew in the middle with Williams and Barmore. And then Kyrus Tonga. Kyrus Tonga is a dog in the run game. And I think we can expect Kyrus Tonga to be in the game a fair bit. Especially when the Pats know they're going to be running the ball. The Seahawks are going to be running the ball. So I think eliminating Kenneth Walker can go a long way for the Pats defensively. But just for the offense to succeed, I'm not entirely sold on a way that the Pats can do that. I'm not entirely sold on a way that the Pats can have some success. Because, I mean, you got a coaching staff that knows what they're doing. And I would assume they're gonna have a QB spy on Drake May, considering how many yards rushing he had, and none of it was on designed runs. Or one of them, or that last first down against the Broncos was Drake May's design. But you would think that I would think the Seahawks are probably going to have a spy out there to limit what Drake May can do when he has nothing downfield, which is probably going to be often. And running the ball is going to be tough. Probably not as tough as it was against Denver, but I'd expect to struggle with a defensive back room that is presumably going to be so dominant that the receivers are probably not going to get open much. So I wouldn't be, if I were the Seahawks, I wouldn't be scared to go with like 7 or 8 guys in the box. I wouldn't be scared to sell out for the run. And this isn't an indictment on Drake May, because you can call me a biased Pats fan all you want. I don't think these games were 100% on Drake May. He's had other factors play into his bad performances. The first 2 games it was Will Campbell, and also the weather for the last 2 games. The weather in the Texans and Broncos games were pretty bad. So I'm not going to say those performances are solely on Drake, but don't get me wrong. He's performed bad throughout these playoffs, and certainly below average for what we've come to expect from the kid. But yeah, simply put, I just don't believe the Pats offense has what it takes to put up enough points. And I don't believe they have what it takes to put up enough points to be able to compensate for anything the defense might give up. Because JSN is going to get his either way. That's a given. He's the best wide receiver in football, led the league in yards. You're just not going to stop him 100% of the time. He's gonna get his, whether the Pats like it or not. Whether it's Christian Gonzalez covering him, Marcus Jones, or Carlton Davis, he's gonna get his. That's a fact. So my official prediction, I'm gonna go 24-10 Seahawks. You can print that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna actually put that in my upcoming article on my predictions for the Super Bowl. By the way, tune into my website, JJ's New England Sports Corner.squarespace.com, to check out all my articles. I forgot to plug it after the last podcast, I believe. And also check out Sport Relay for my baseball articles. For those that don't know, all my Red Sox articles that are quote unquote posted on my site, they're actually just links to my Sport Relay articles. But everything else on the website is all just from my website. But anyways, yeah, 24-10 Seahawks is my prediction. And yeah, I'm going to be honest. That's why, the wide receiving core mainly is just they scare me in the worst possible way as a New England fan. So now, moving on to my weeks in review here. We'll start off with the Celtics first. They went 3-1 this past week. They started off with a win over the Portland Trailblazers in Drew Holiday's return to TD Garden. And Boston was mainly led by Peyton Pritchard. And this is also the first game that Amari Williams got to start after his amazing effort. Or actually, wait. Nope, my bad. Amari Williams was actually got Luka Garza's minutes because Garza was out with injury. And he was pretty solid, I'd say. Not spectacular. I wouldn't even say he did better than Garza would have, but it's nice that he knows how to play within the system. So that he knows what is needed from him, and he can provide that. But also, simply put, this game was way too close. When Boston's up 32-11 after the first quarter, you should not be winning by only 8 points. That's simply unforgivable. And then on Wednesday, they took it out of the Hawks. It was contrary to the Blazers game. Celtics started off actually awful, down 38-18 after the first quarter. And this was their lowest scoring first quarter on the season. And it just felt like throughout that stretch, any type of momentum Boston got, they shot themselves in the foot. Like they were taking one step forward and then taking 2 steps back right after. So it was just a frustrating game. There wasn't even really much to be happy about. The best thing was, I put it in my article. I said, Josh Minot's back, I guess. I'm being dead serious. Like, there really wasn't much to be happy about watching this game as a Celtics fan. But they did exact some revenge after whooping on the Kings on Friday. And Peyton Pritchard stepped up huge when Jaylen Brown had to miss the game. Put up 29 and 8. And this was actually his most efficient game on the year from both from the field and from long range. He shot 12 for 16 from the field and 5 for 6 from three. Love the efficiency out of Peyton Pritchard in this game. And, for once, the Celtics didn't end up blowing the lead at some point in the third quarter. They never really let Sacramento get close. Hell, Chris Boucher even got some minutes for the first time in like 2 months. I got my article up right here. It was his first minute since November 23rd, which Russell Westbrook didn't seem to know apparently, because he got mad when Boucher got his points at the end of the game. That was stupid, but Russ backed down when he got the full context, so I can't be too mad. And I'm starting to realize now that I might have been a bit too pessimistic about my what went wrong for the Celtics section, but they truly did not look good at all in the second half. They shot 28% from the field after shooting 65% from the field in the first half. Like, honestly, there's quite a few teams out there that would have made the comeback, but they're lucky they were going against the friggin' Kings. And then just earlier today, they whooped on a Giannis-less Bucks squad. And yeah, I mean the Bucks are just an awful team without Giannis, but I think we already knew that. I mean, simply put, the Celtics did what they had to do. They started off pretty awfully once again, but Anthony Simons actually helped them get back into the game. Jaylen Brown put up another 30-point game. Simons did really well too. I believe he had 20-something points. 20-something. Sorry, I'm just checking right here. Yeah, 27 points. I believe that ties his season high. But yeah, Simons helped bring him into it in the first quarter, helped tie it back up at the first quarter. And then once they took the lead in the second quarter, it was over. Celtics went on a huge run to end the second quarter. And then it just kind of got worse and worse. But then in the third quarter, they went super cold from the field, which honestly made me think that the Celtics were gonna give the Bucks a chance, just like how the Bruins gave Tampa Bay the chance to come back and try and tie things. Right now, still 5-4, thank goodness. Why did I speak? Tampa just tied it. Who scored it? Kucherov. Friggin' A. Yep, Tampa Bay just tied the game at 5-5 with 8:10 left in the third. And honestly, I think I might just turn this into a impromptu commentary. Yeah, Kucherov got some separation on Steves. Ugh. Over the glove of Swayman. Ugh, that's brutal. Exposed Steves' blind spot, then went back to his spot. And then yeah. But yeah, Yeah, I mean, the Celtics didn't even really shoot particularly well in this game, but their defense was absolutely insane. I mean, they did so much better at just limiting open shots. Like Kyle Kuzma in their last matchup had 31, and he had 31 on 13 of 17 shooting from the field, if I'm not mistaken. And he only had 16 points on 5 for 13 from the field. I mean, I think that's the biggest indicator. And also him and Ryan Rollins were the only Bucks players to score in double figures. Kuzma and Rollins were like the only sources of somewhat consistent offense. So yeah, now we'll move on to the Bruins. They went, or well, they're currently obviously in a game, but as of right now, with 6:36 and counting left to go, they are 2-0. 2-0, looking to become 3-0. They won in overtime over Nashville, and then won 6-3 over the Flyers. But yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a frustrating watch as Boston really they let Nashville back into the game. They were up 2-0, and then they proceeded to prove why a 2-goal lead is the worst lead you can have in hockey. They let them back in, scored twice, and then luckily we're able to win it. But yeah, very frustrating there. But the thing that I noted, I did like how the Bruins were moving the puck in the offensive zone, and honestly, that's probably the thing that they've improved on the most throughout the year is just how much better they've gotten at moving the puck, especially during scoring chances. It feels like their puck movement has a purpose, whereas at the start of the year, it felt just sort of uninspired. And then they absolutely, and then they kind of whooped all over Philly. Excuse me. On Thursday, you had 3-point games from Fraser Minton and Casey Middlestat. I mean, there's not much that I could say that was a bad thing, but the only thing is that the Bruins kind of have a habit throughout the year of playing really well throughout a period for the first like 19 minutes or so, first 18 or 19 minutes, and then uh, letting their opponent score a goal just to kind of waste the effort. Although this time they didn't waste it, since they I believe they scored multiple. They might have scored multiple goals in every period. Or actually, no, that's wrong. They were up 5-2. They were up 5-2 through 2 periods. But yeah, that's just kind of something that I've noticed throughout a few of their games is that they have a bad habit of letting up goals like late at the end of periods to like sort of give the team they're playing like just some kind of positive to take into the locker room, and that's just really something that kind of sticks in my craw. Really knots up my panties, so to say. uh, but yeah, it's something that kind of sucks. But But yeah, it didn't affect him. Didn't affect him in the Flyers game because they won by 3 goals. So that shot saved by Vasilevsky. But yeah, I mean Fraser Minton, man, he has been honestly amazing. I mean, in all fairness, he got named rookie of the month rookie of the month in January for a reason. He averaged a point per game throughout the month of January, and he's at 29 points so far in the year, and he's a plus 20. The only guy on the Bruins roster that's higher than him is Jonathan Aspero. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised at how good Fraser Minton has been for the bottom six. And honestly, the Bruins are gonna need a big perform are gonna need some really good play from him. If so, we don't know. I'm not sure how long Pavel Zacha is going to be out, but he is out for this game. Elias Lindholm didn't even travel with the Bruins to Florida, but yeah, I'm hoping we can get a big game out of Fraser Minton. Let me check the box score, see if he has any points. I mean, he does not have any points. But yeah, the goals in this game belong to Alex Steves, Morgan Geeky, Victor Arvidsson, and Matt Poitras. Shout out Poitras for notching his first goal in the year. It was a beautiful backhand after a great pass from Mark Kastelic. Shout out Jeremy Swayman and Andrei Vasilevsky for dropping the gloves, dude. That was epic. To put it as simple as I could, it's epic. It belongs in like it belongs on like an Instagram reel with like divorced dad rock playing on the background. Just sucks that Jeremy Swayman couldn't get a hold of Vasilevsky's jersey for the life of him. But yeah, it's 5-5 now. Under 3 minutes. I'm going to turn this into a pseudo commentary. Kastelic fighting for it on the backboard.
What is up, Renee? What's up? Yes.
Don't mind him. That's my roommate.
What?
If you heard that. There's icing.
What you mean?
On the Lightning.
Well, you have my new Instagram, right? Oh shit! Hold on. Let me send it real quick. Let me send it. Hold on. Yeah. Nah, just send me Instagram. That's all I'm sending you.
But yeah, the thing that's killing the Bruins right now
hold
is
on. Hey, hold on. Damn. Alright, yeah, alright. I know it's due with people like you. You a troll. I got you. I got you in there. It's all good. It's all good, Renee. Alright, bet. It's all good, Renee. But follow my Instagram.
Geeky almost had a breakaway. That was almost bad. Block shot here. Pasternak tried to race to the puck here. We got beat out for it. Less than 2 minutes to go, I should say. Still a 5-5 game. Both teams making some subs. Arvidsson blew a tire again. Min tries to go to Arvidsson, but that is okay. That's not going to be icing. Swayman's going to play it behind the net. Sends it out to Zadorov, I believe. No icing on the play. Bruins going to make a sub. Hawks in behind the way. Zadorov sends it out to McAvoy. McAvoy charging up with it. Enters the neutral zone. He's going to dump it. It's going to be played behind the net by Vasilevsky. Janot comes up with it. Kastelik's going to hand it out to Mason Lohrei. He fakes a slap shot. He's going to go to Hampus Lindholm. He takes a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Kastelik fighting for the puck. And that's going to skate the offensive zone as Patra dumps it out as the Bruins look to make a line change. 15 seconds left. Probably one last rush here for Tampa. Oh, brother. Geeky was storming. If Geeky could have gotten that pass, he would have had a breakaway. We've got 5.7 left. And Tampa gets a face-off in their zone. Face-off goes to Hedman. Tries to go. I think that was Kucherov on the attempted one-timer, but he fell over himself. As we get overtime, ninth game in the outdoor game history to go to overtime. Last time it happened was in 2024. And fun fact, that 2024 game was the actually features the most goals ever seen in an outdoor game with 11. As I believe the Rangers beat the Islanders 6-5. But yeah, the thing that has killed the Bruins in this game is penalties. They have 8 penalties over the course of this game. I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, after Tampa scored to make it 5-2, Mark Kastelik got a minor penalty for roughing, and then after the goalie fight, they took 3 separate minor penalties in a row, and that gave Tampa Bay all the momentum they needed to score another 2 goals and make it a 1-goal game. I mean, there's a chance if they don't. There's a chance at least they don't take 3 separate minor penalties in a row. That the Bruins probably take this game in regulation pretty handedly. But no, the Bruins just had to play just simply way too much penalty kill time. Especially on a 5-on-3, because they just kept stacking up minor penalties. You know, at one point there was 4 separate Bruins that were in the penalty box. And here we go. Tampa wins the faceoff. I'm not sure who Moser is, but he's going to hand it off here to Nikita Kucherov. They have a little 2-on-2 going. Oh, Moser. Kucherov tried to go to Moser, tried to go back to Kucherov. As Husnudinov and Pasternak have a 2-on-1. Pasternak scores! 22 seconds into overtime. And the Bruins wait. What is happening? Pasternak is going to the penalty box. Was it for a slash? You gotta be kidding me. What the hell happened? What a... Oh my gosh, man. Another penalty. And now Bruins get to play 4-on-3. Just phenomenal. Kucherov goes to the shot to Bjorkstrand. Goes nowhere. He's going to go out to Radish. Going to go back to Kucherov. He's going to go to Bjorkstrand. Saved by Swayman. Radish with a slap shot save. Also saved by Swayman. McAvoy fighting for the puck in the corner. Puck will end up with Hampus Lindholm. He's going to go whip it up the boards all the way to the other end. Bruins make a couple changes. They got Lindholm, Husnudinov, and Zadorov. Hagel's got it. He's going to take a shot. That's no good. Lindholm with a decent check on Hagel. Radish with it up near the blue line. He's going to go to Kucherov. He's going to go in the bumper spot to Gensel. He goes back to Kucherov. Radish, Kucherov, Gensel takes a shot. That's off target. And that's going to go all the way to the other end. So the Bruins can hopefully we'll get some fresh penalty killers in as well. Kucherov up the right side of the ice. He's going to go to Radish. Radish passes along to the left side to Hagel. He's looking and analyzing, probably looking for Kucherov on a one-timer. Hagel to Radish. Kucherov one-timer. Saved by Swayman. Hagel. Radish. Once again. Kucherov with another one-timer attempt. But I think that went wide. Hagel going to hand it off for Kucherov. He's going to take a shot. That hits the post. You can see Swayman gives the post a little love tap. Kucherov. He's going to go to Radish. Saved by Swayman on the one-timer. Hagel up at the point. He's going to go to Kucherov. Get a little head of steam. Hagel. He can't get it on his stick blade as the Bruins are back to full strength. Probably should have been a penalty there for interference, man, on whoever just took a hit on McAvoy. Hagel with it. He's going to go to Gensel. That pass was meant to go to Moser. He's going to take it out. Now back to his defensive zone. Moser will take it up ice. He's going to hand it off to Pontus Holmberg. Pressured by McAvoy. And Fraser Minton's got it now. He's going to storm up the neutral zone. He's going to hand it off to Pasternak. Pasternak takes a shot. That's off target. Holmberg with it. Pressured by Pasternak and Minton. Pasternak has it back. He's going to go give it to Minton. His shot's off the mark. Looks like it hits a ref. Pasternak's a bit pissed about it. Holmberg with it up the ice. He's going to go sell pass off the boards. He gets it up behind the net. He's going to go to Yanni Gord. Pass over to Crochet. He goes back to Gord. Now to Pontus Holmberg. Now to Carlisle. He's going to take a shot. Blocked by Hampus Lindholm. He's going to try and pass it to a teammate picked off by Crozier, but Hampus Lindholm gets it right back. He tries to go swing a long pass. And that is going to be icing. Only a minute 13 left in overtime as Tampa has dominated puck possession. You can see the sequence. You got Gensel. One time for Kucherov. Save with the leg by Swayman. Another one hits the post there. Or no, this was the post hit. Looks like it was deflected by, I believe that's Gensel. Man, Jeremy Swayman has honestly been on his A game. Zero comeback wins down 4 goals for the Tampa Bay Lightning franchise. I swear, if the Bruins are the ones to give them their first, I'm gonna lose it. Hagel storming up the ice. He gets pressured by Geeky. Swayman is just gonna cover it up. 58.8 seconds left. But right now, the Lightning have 42 shots on goal. They have absolutely been hounding Swayman. And in all fairness, Boston in the first period, they had 19 shots on goal. They only had 34. They only have 34 total, and 19 of them came in the first. And honestly, the Bruins' first period of this game might be the best they've ever played. Moser to Kucherov. Gensel takes a shot, hits off the mask of Swayman. Moser tries to get the rebound, but that's also saved by Swayman. McAvoy has it going up, steaming and beaming up the ice. McAvoy tries to go with the backhand. Oh! Vasilevsky tried to go out of his crease to cover it up. Oh, no. Kucherov with a breakaway. He just goes into the body of Swayman, and he covers it up. Oh, my goodness. Kucherov could have done anything there. And he fumbled that one. And that was a perfect opportunity. He just buried it in his chest. Yeah, it hit Swayman. Looks like right in the bicep. In his blocker side bicep. Oh, the Bruins got away with that one right there. Uh-oh. And another penalty. On Pasternak again. Brother. That's Pasternak's second in overtime. This time for hooking. Yeah, I mean, Paul, I think that's Nick Paul. He scored to make it 5-4. I mean, yeah, that's hooking. Or no, that's on Hampus. Oh, my bad. But yeah, regardless, Tampa's got a 4-on-3 advantage for the last 24 seconds of overtime. As I think Tampa Bay just took a timeout. Brother. Please, Bruins, don't do this. Also, what are your thoughts on the Bruins jerseys? I actually really liked them. I actually really like their Stadium Series jerseys for this one. I like that they went with the white gloves there, too. So it's pretty much just white from like their forearms on down. All right. Here goes nothing. Last 24 seconds of OT. Crowley loses the faceoff. Kucherov has it. He goes to Radish. He goes to Gensel up in the Energizer logo. Radish back to Gensel. Kucherov, I think, tried to pass it into the slot, but that's no good. And Corrali gets it, and he clears it. There's only 8 seconds left in OT. Gensel with the puck. He's going to pass it on over to, it goes up, end up going to Hagel. He's going to take a slap shot, and that's saved by Swayman. And now there's only half a second left in OT. Most likely just going to be a face-off here. Most likely no time for any type of shot, but 87-mile-an-hour clapper there from Hagel. As Vasilevsky's going to lead the net, try and give Tampa an advantage. I don't know if they're even going to be able to get a shot off with half a second left, but whatever. But they're going to try. Jeez. Both teams got a bit of a false start there. Kastelic managed to just hold off Gensel enough. We'll be getting a shootout, baby. Because fuck ties. Man. I've really gained an appreciation for hockey now that I've been covering it for my website. Just like how exciting hockey games can be. And showing the replay of the goalie fight, Swayman could not get a hold of Vasilevsky's jersey to save his life. And I mean, damn, both goalies were smiling after the bout. You'll love to see it. I'm kind of surprised there weren't more fights in this game. Wow, those are some beautiful jerseys for Tampa, in my opinion. Like they got the little lightning shocks there, sort of sprinkled in there inside the numbers. Third outdoor game to reach a shootout. Last was 2014. Geez, I forget the NHL's been doing these outdoor games for a while now. 8-7 career record for Jeremy Swayman in the shootout. Saved 49 of 62 attempts. Oh, brother. All right, it looks like, 26-9 record for Vasilevsky. 760 save percentage. 98 out of 129. So who's going first here? Looks like it's going to be a Tampa skater. Who are they going to send up first? Or who did they send up first? Gonzalez. With all due respect, I'm not too familiar with him because I don't really tend to watch hockey outside of the Bruins. He's going to go with a wrister saved by Swayman. Yes, sir. Yeah, he just puts it down with his blocker. It's going to be Casey Middlestad up first. He's 6 for 21 in the shootout. Let's go, Sticks. Slows it down. Tries to go to the backhand, but is thwarted by Vasilevsky. Went inside the right faceoff circle, then slowed it down. Tried to go toe drag. But Vasilevsky easily got there with the pad. Now I got Nikita Kucherov, 15 for 51 in his career in shootouts. Oh! He tried to go to his backhand, but he lost it on his stick. I don't believe he got a shot out there unless my eyes are deceiving me. Yeah, I just lost it. He had a sliver of space. Now he got Fraser Minton. His first career attempt. This is bold. But hey, I mean, the kid is hot. He tries to go to wrister, and that's kicked out by Vasilevsky. Yeah, he tried to go 5-hole. Vasilevsky closed it up. Now Jake Gensel out there, 10 for 31 on the shootout. He takes a very wide approach here, and he scores. Gets it past the glove of Swayman. Now Boston needs to score just to stay alive here. Fake the shot there, and he went bar down. Oof. That's just hard to stop. And Bruins send David Pastrnak. He's 10 for 42 in his career in shootouts. He slows it down. Oh, no! I think he hit the post. And Tampa wins it in the shootout. Now they fire the cannons. Oh, brother. Somebody fire up the replay there. That is absolutely brutal. Slows it down. Oh, the fake shot. Yep, hit the freaking post. He had him. He beat him. Fake the shot. Back to the forehand. Oh, that is brutal. So yeah, 6-5 loss for Boston. And I mean, penalty has just absolutely killed them. They just couldn't stop going on the power play, or they couldn't stop going on the penalty kill for the life of them. And I mean, there's a reason they're the most penalized team in all hockey. But yeah, that sucks. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you actually want to see more of my content. Feel free to check out my website too, JJ's New England Sports Corner.squarespace.com, to check out the articles that I post. I promise you, my articles are pretty quick reads. I've been working on shrinking them down to about 400 to 500 words. And yeah, this has been JJ, and I'm gone.